Hi everybody, Bill here. I ran a branch through the front of my tractor. If you'd like to see how I fix it, join me right now on Today in Iowa. Oh, you know, it was one of those Mondays of Mondays. I ran a branch right through there. Look at that. About the size of my fist. But overall, I think I'm pretty lucky. Because looking at the other side, we missed the headlight assembly, those cooling fins, the battery. There's a lot of stuff that could have went in there. I could have damaged a lot more. So let me show you how I'm going to fix this today. So I searched all over the internet looking for a grill. So there's quite a few to choose from, but I chose 511 Design. There's how they refer to their name. I like the looks of them. They had several different colors. I like the black to stay with the black design original. And I like the thickness of it and the aggressive look of it. So here it came to my house. Let's get it unwrapped and take a look at it. Then I got another package, a new grill, the fabric for the radiator grill from John Deere. So that's going to be another video. So let's put that away and we'll come back to that later. This is all going to be about putting that 511 grill on. I think it came well packed, no damage whatsoever, not even a scratch. Nice instructions. We'll go through those a little bit later. Even a little sticker there. All the hardware you need. About the only thing you don't get is the drill and the bit and an Allen wrench. Otherwise, I think everything's right there for you. All right. I'm going to let me knock on it so you can see or hear the thickness of the metal. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, since I have to take the fabric off of the radiator cover, I'm going to take this whole front protection bar off. So here I'm just dry fitting it as kind of a preview of what it's going to look like. But we're going to take all this off because I have to get into that grill cover. Don't think you have to do this. You don't have to. So I'll remove the nuts and bolts here, and then that comes right off. Now, warning, there's a separate piece in there. Don't let that smash your toes, because it's all part of that, but it sits in there. It's through bolted to hold it on, but don't get hurt. I'll show you here. It just comes right off, that piece. So now I've got access to my radiator repair. That's a whole different video. So let's go ahead and get started. The instructions say, put it on here, dry fit it, and then clamp it to make the locations of your holes. So there, you can see I've got a couple clamps on the top. My gaps on the left and the right and the bottom are all the same. So it's right where I want it. Not only that, how it sticks out past that guard is also in consideration here. I kind of want it flush. And there's the height from the top of the bar. So take your time on this and just be sure this is where you want it before you drill the holes. So I rotate it around. My OCD won't let me do it any other way. I'm looking at the flushness of it and how far it's either indented or if it's held out proud. Now I'll go ahead and make my marks. I'm 100% comfortable. I'm sure this is where it's going to go. I used a couple 2x4s to put, as shown here in the video, to hold it and help me balance it. And now I'll make my starting point there with my punch, and we'll drill the holes. So, I get drilling in there a little ways, put a little light oil on it, let the oil and the drill do the work, and let the Cetralene do the work on you. All right, the instructions are right. Give you the right size drill bit, bolt fits right through her, and everything's ready to go. The instructions are very well written on this. So I clean up my top there, and I even put a fresh piece of cardboard down so I don't scratch that bracket up there. All right, once that's in place, you've got 3 more holes. I'm just going to show you the one. It's just repeat. And get everything clamped on and double check, and you're going to be ready to install here in a minute. So with 2 holes in, holding the top, now I adjust the bottom to where I want it. Is it going to be proud of that bracket, or is it going to be recessed? So make that decision, get it reclamped in, and then do your 2 last holes. So I put the grill guard back on, the pipe part. It was just repeat how I took it off. That's all it was. So now with that in place, I'm going to throw a couple of bolts through there, and we'll see what it looks like. You know, referring back to the instructions, it talks about do not over-tighten the stainless steel hardware because it can be difficult to remove if stretched or a burr is developed within the thread. So that was good to know. And another tip, I didn't cover it here, but coat the inside of the holes you drill to prevent rust. So I use POR 15 and let that dry overnight on those new holes that I drilled for the nuts and bolts of this. Well, there we go. Let's wrap her up here. I think this really turned out pretty nice. It's a pretty nice looking piece. You could get that in green, but I like that black aggressive look that matches the original black screen. All in all, I'd recommend the 511 product. Instructions were good. Looks like good quality. The paint or the powder coat there is very nice. No shout outs to this video. I'm going to have that in the next video when I replace the radiator screen. And remember, you don't have to take that whole assembly off the tractor. You can do all the drilling and everything right there in place. One of the last things I did was mark them with tattletale paint, and we're going to call the project closed. Hey, have a great month, everybody. I'll talk to you real soon. So long.